Okay, so let's talk about nursing.
Okay.
So, was that your first choice when you were in Nigeria? Have you always wanted to be a nurse?
Okay. All right. So talking about nursing, if it was my first choice, no. I've always wanted to be a doctor. Okay,
That's so good.
I've been pursuing medicine in Nigeria for like
I even forgot to ask about
3
that.
years. Yeah.
So why did you stop?
Because they were giving me, the way Nigeria is, you apply for a different course, you be given something else to study. There was a time I was given mathematics to study. There was a time, was it microbiology? I kept on like, no, I'm not going to pursue it, And I also thank God for my parents for having understanding.
And being patient.
Parents that are patient. Some parents will just be like, what is it even about this medicine
Just
that
change
you want to study, just change it. But I grew up with parents that allow you to express what you want.
Yeah.
Like I've never for once remember my parents being like, okay, this is what I want you to do. Like I grew up being independent of my own choices. The only thing is that they guide me like, okay, if I'm going through the wrong path, they're like, okay, no, that is not good. But they allow you to express yourself. So I graduated 2016 from senior high school. Okay, so I've been writing jam 2016, 2017, 2018. However, even before I graduated from senior high, I've always told my parents that I don't want to study in Nigeria, right from my junior high school. It's not as if my parents are affluent, rich or something like that. But I just say what I want, trust in God. Okay, trust in God. I've been saying that repeatedly over and over again. I don't know how it's going to happen. I have no connection. I have no one outside the country. I just kept on saying that. So from 2016, when this big auntie came, when my mother actually talked with her, I started looking at the processes, stuff like that. But however, I couldn't travel 2016. There are a lot of processes involving traveling, admission. So like that. So back to the question, I've always wanted medicine. So when I heard about Philippines, made research, I realized that for you to become a medical doctor, you have to go through the process of having a pre-med course. Okay, so I looked at all the courses. I was like, there's several courses you could do for pre-med, not just nursing. But I was like, I've seen several doctors, the way some doctors relate to patients is as if they are objects, not humans. No offense to anyone, But then I looked at it, I looked at all these courses that you could do as a pre-med. I was like, which one can help me build more interpersonal relationship with my patient when I grew up as a doctor. So I decided to go for nursing because nurses are one of those people that are so close to patients.
Yeah, and they care so much about the patient.
Nurses take care of the patient, doctors take care of the disease.
That was really good choice. That was a good choice.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about taking nursing in the Philippines. What was it like taking nursing in the Philippines?
Taking nursing in the Philippines.
What was tell us about your journey. Was it hard? Definitely it was hard. It was a lot.
Yeah, okay. Talking about my journey throughout the nursing course, starting from admission, down here. I came to the Philippines even without having admission into College of Nursing here. God has just been faithful. That's all I could say. Looking back at the way everything unfolded, I got admission into the school. As in Suleiman as a whole, through the international office, they were like, okay, send me a letter that, you've been admitted. But it's a different thing now. You have to process into the particular college. And College of Nursing has a very high standard, so that aside, so I came here without getting admission into the College of Nursing yet. So I did the admission whatsoever. I also thank Pastor Desala and also Reverend Barnabas, everyone that has been with me throughout the journey. So I remember then I'll be like, I'm so anxious. I don't know what the exam questions would be like, the interview, stuff like that. I was like, don't worry, God will do this, God will do that. You've already passed, So all the stuff, I'll be like, Emmanuel also then, Emmanuel, right? So, you just graduated, that it was about to graduate when I came. I came second semester. I was thinking I would be able to enroll in second semester, but they said no, due to the new curriculum, they wouldn't allow you to enroll, so I had to wait. So I came in February. I came in February, but I started school in the month of June. So for like 3 months or so, I was just here.
Wow, relaxing.
But during those periods, and that was when I was doing my interview, exams, and the rest. It's a whole journey. I mean, I feel like, let me just say what I can say. So starting with the exams and the rest, I didn't know what to prepare for. I didn't know what to prepare for. No one can give me a clue. But, just read anything. Yeah. And at last, when I got to the exam, it was just like...
So easy.
Yeah, God just... God is way,
So proud of you.
Talking about my interview, oh my goodness. I'm a kind of person who likes talking, but I don't really talk, but when it is necessary, I talk. During the interview, the anxiety of I don't know what you're gonna ask me, or am I gonna say, but I've always committed everything I do to the ends of God, so the words of my mouth and everything. While I and the other applicants were talking, like, oh, blah, 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 people are anxious, I just felt quite relaxed. It's just, I felt quite relaxed. So on getting into the interview room, discussion room, it was as if I was having discussion.
Love it.
The questions were laughing with my interviewer. With my interview, I was just laughing, talking about stuff at home, blah, blah, blah. And it's not an interview,
Because you're black, and she would want to ask you a lot of questions.
They've seen quite a number of foreigners, so they won't be faced already.
Yeah,
I just see that
special black.
I just see that it's a favor.
Yeah,
it was just as if I was having normal communication, conversation with someone. Talking about how I grew up. God just took control of everything I said, and the interview went on well. I came out smiling.
Love it.
I came out smiling of the interview. So that is part of the process. That was how the nursing journey started. But however, I remember I said I came here February. So during that time where I had nothing doing, it's not as if I could work. You can work here, So it was just a time whereby it's me and my God, fasting period. I think it was also during Lent season. So I had a Lent period, just committing my ways into the hands of God, studying the Bible more. So that was what I did during that period, and also trying to learn how to sew. I didn't continue after nursing, with Pastor. But I didn't continue after nursing. The stress of nursing hit me. I couldn't continue. So that was what I did during that period of just waiting here for just 3 months. Okay, so to continue, nursing journey wasn't easy. It was a roller coaster ride. From first year, and my batch is also a peculiar batch because our first year was on physical, face-to-face, so we got to experience a face-to-face class. When we were about to write our final exam for second semester, the practical exam, that was when COVID happened. We didn't write our practical exam. And when it comes to practical exam, what a nursing student knows that it's a very big deal when it comes to practical exam. You don't know what you're going to be asked. It's going to be from all the things you've been taught, but it's going to be based on a case scenario. So you don't know what you're going to be asked. And the tension also, you might even, something you know how to do very well, but because of the tension, the fear and anxiety of an exam, you forget what you want to do. You might even be doing nonsense, so we didn't have that. So after that, the following year, the second year, online, adjusting to online setting.
How was it online?
It wasn't easy, but at the same time, our faculty really tried their best, And one thing I'm also grateful about my school is the understanding of the faculty. I feel like this video is gonna be a long video.
No, it's okay.
The faculty was so understanding. The way they relate with you, allow you to express yourself. I mean, they try to put themselves in your shoes. We have strict ones, and we have those who are, everyone God brings to your life, there is a purpose. Everyone can just be lenient, and everyone can just be strict. There is a role that each one of these plays in your life to bring who that is in you, to bring it out, to make it manifest. So we had teachers that are understanding. So online wasn't easy, and before COVID happened, we had one of this teacher who is actually Ma'am Freslin, who is so into technology. So even before COVID happened, we've been using this Soul. Suleiman has a online learning system done already, even before COVID happened. And that particular teacher had actually helped us to, activate our soul, something like that. Not our soul, it's a short form. For Suleiman Online Learning. No, online. Suleiman Online University Learning. I think so. I'm not so sure. I think I forgot it. Anyway, so it wasn't a new thing when COVID happened and we had to transition. So every one of us that on the word at teaching, it's like we're already using soul already. So it wasn't so new, So online, the transition not so easy, but it was okay. It was good, and also grateful in the sense that Philippines is so hot. Very hot for me. People will be like, "You're from Africa, so you should be used to the sun."
No, it's hot there, but it's not as hot as it is.
I think people have this mentality that Africa, Sahara Desert, everywhere. No.
If you have the mentality, please just wipe it out.
No, the fact that Africa has been saying as hot doesn't mean that everywhere in Africa is hot. No, it's not. In Lagos where I grew up, Lagos is not this hot.
Even in Abuja too. Like,
it's not this hot.
Nigeria is hot, but it's not as hot as
it's not as hot. Yeah, I think so. When people will be like, "Ma'am, it's too hot for me," they'll be like, "You're from Africa, so you should be used to this." I wasn't this black when coming to things.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful to God, even though the black,
it's coming out and it's popping and glowing.
Yeah. So the Eid, having to study online, you don't have to go out during the hot sun.
Yeah.
Just stay at the comfort of your house.
Oh yeah, Abby said she does. Abby doesn't like sun anymore. So it gets that angry, like.
Seriously, yeah. I don't know about others, being when I see just in my face, I'm gonna squeeze it,
Yeah.
I can't just hide it, Once it's so sunny, my eyes will turn watery, having a headache, No exaggeration, it's just a fact. So you get to study from the comfort of your home. Sometimes you're in your pajamas, classes. Yeah. So that is it for online. Yeah, and that was when we got to start using more of Google Document. It actually, this COVID-19 was actually kind of blessing, and also at the same time, some people suffered tragic loss due to COVID-19, and condolences to everyone who lost their families, their loved ones during this period. So through COVID-19 and studying online, we got to get more familiar with different technology apps, So this actually helped us also in technological aspects. So that's what I could say about online classes, online studying. There are some things we never knew about ourselves that, let me say particularly high, that I actually discovered during COVID-19 and studying online. And it also gave me more time, to be with God. A lot of things happened during COVID-19. People around. That was also when people had higher rates of depression because there's some people who are so sanguine in nature. They can stay alone. For me, I didn't feel it too. I'm sorry. Because the kind of person I am, I'm not an introvert, I'm not an extrovert, I'm an ambivert, so whatsoever comes.
Yeah, we're ready.
I go with the flow, so I wasn't really like, I don't have anyone to talk to or something like that. No, and also during that time I was living with Laurie. Yeah, we're living together, sharing apartment together, so I didn't really feel it. And also I'm so occupied, I'm so busy.
Yeah, different thing.
I'm so busy. I've never seen a time that I'll be like, I don't have anything to do.
No, there has to be something. Remember when I just told you today, right? I would like to. Let's film a video.
And, during COVID, where churches were locked down, our church wasn't. So church activities went on. We were always having even at the point whereby the church, because we didn't have a land yet. You remember the convention? Yeah. Trying to follow protocols. So we had to be doing church in Reverend's house.
That was so good.
Yeah. So I didn't really feel let's say loneliness. People ask me, are you not lonely?
People ask me that question too, like, are you not lonely? I'm like, how can I be lonely?
I'm not.
I can't.
I mean, I don't really have much friends like that, but
even though, nevertheless,
I'm always involved in something or the other. And my family, thank God for technology, we talk from time to time. My mom told me like, thank God for technology. It's like we're talking all the time. Like, don't you miss your family? Yeah, I miss them, but not really like, oh, I'm lonely here.
Yeah,
this and that. No. Okay, so that is it for online classes. So now transiting back from online to physical, now that we've gotten comfortable with studying online, you know, waking up in the morning, just 5 minutes to your class.
Just go. Yeah.
Sit down, you know, stuff like that. So third year, even though COVID wasn't all gone completely, but because, you know, nursing, there are some things we can do online. Practical.
Yeah.
I think one of the challenges I had during COVID period studying online is looking for someone to be my patient, you know, stuff like that. Thank God for my those who I was living. I mean, the owner of my house, the landlady, and the rest. I was just gonna meet my landlady. She'll be like, I'm just grateful. You see that too. You know, God is just so wonderful in every aspect. You know, and also my roommate, if she's available, you know, she has work. So it's like there's a purpose for everything. I was living alone before, but few months before COVID happened, I moved in with Larry. We both looked for a place to start living together. The reason except I don't even understand. And just looking back, I think I was trying to cut costs, trying to cut costs. So I think God just had everything planned out. You know, even before COVID happened, we started living together. So when I'm looking for patients, is it I use the board, I use my landlady, you know, like that. So that challenge was taken care of. Like that. Okay, so transiting back from online to face-to-face. It wasn't quite, I won't say that quite easy. No, it wasn't hard. Okay, because I prefer face-to-face classes compared to online classes. I'm a type of person who asks questions a lot. Although I also ask questions on online, but it doesn't look like the way it is in physical, and the way you communicate with your classmates, you know, exchange ideas. Online, you're just in class, just listen, type the question, or if the teacher allows you to interrupt during the teaching, you can. So it's different online and face-to-face. So I prefer face-to-face class. I prefer it. So I was happy, and at the same time asking myself, am I ready to go back to face-to-face classes? So we started with practicals also, you know, practicals. So practicals, yeah. So going back face-to-face, I think it was also smooth. Yeah.